Hello and welcome to the Power of the Mind podcast, where we dive deep into the world of manifestation, the law of attraction, and the unlimited potential of your mind. You're listening to episode 272, My Cat's Secret, the art of subconscious manifestation. I'm Jim Kellner, your co-host, comedy hypnotist, and alongside me, we have the amazing Victoria Gallagher, our host of the show and renowned expert in the field of the law of attraction. Quick reminder to subscribe to our podcast for your favorite platform so you never miss an episode. Victoria Gallagher is the best-selling author of The Practical Law of Attraction. She's also the founder of HypnoCloud apps, HipTalk, and be sure to check out her new Believe Hypnosis app, launching very soon. So, or it might already be available, depending on when you're listening, which will feature over 1,000 audios and include many new features and provide life-changing audios for people from all walks of life about law of attraction, manifestation, business success, and so much more. The goal of our show is to inspire you to dream big and live your best life. Each week, we discuss how to manifest using the law of attraction, affirmations, meditation, and hypnosis to create the life of your dreams. And with that, Victoria Gallagher.
Hello, Mr. Jim Kellner. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you so much. Honestly, I'm tired.
Yeah, you've had a busy couple weeks, haven't you?
Yes, I have, but
We both have.
but I'm good. Yeah, let's hear about.
But yeah, well, okay, we'll talk about me and then we'll talk about your deal. So yeah, I just came back from a wonderful, fun-filled 16-day trip to the beautiful Emerald Island of Ireland. It was absolutely just an amazing, once in a lifetime kind of trip. And yeah, I don't even really know. I could just bore the listeners with all the beauty. I mean, we probably took like 2,000 pictures there. We did some, I love to hike. So we did some amazing hikes. We saw, a bunch of Irish dancing shows and just just did it all. It was just a really nice trip. Thank you for asking.
That's awesome. Yeah, I saw the pictures on Facebook. So if you don't follow Victoria, go follow her on Facebook. You're going to see a lot of really cool photos. There was did I see some gambling there, Victoria?
Actually there was, I don't know if it was just a picture of this hotel that or a restaurant that's called something like a casino, but yeah, there wasn't really any gambling there that I remember.
I was thinking of the horse racing. Isn't that gambling?
Yes, the horse racing. Yes. So that was toward the latter part of our trip. We went to Ballinrobe is the area that we went to. Yeah, we bet on some horses. It's kind of like something Steve's family likes to do, and so it was sort of their idea, and but we had a really good time. We didn't win anything. They had some really, I was just betting on all the like mystic power kind of names and things like that. And but with no real intelligence or anything. Just kind of having fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So tell me, so you just came back from the very first ever Pacific Northwest hypnosis conference that you and your partner put together, and I'm drawing a blank, but just tell me a little bit about how that went.
Yeah, Anthony Gitch and I, fellow hypnotist, he and I put together the first annual Pacific Northwest Hypnosis Conference, as you said, And I got to tell you, you know what? For a first time around, for a 10th time around, I think it went really well. Overwhelmingly positive responses from everyone. Taking notes for next year. We'll definitely make it better. But yeah, it was just it was so much fun, and we're in kind of a dead zone up in the Pacific Northwest as far
Yeah.
as conferences go. There's a whole bunch of them on the East Coast. They're in the Midwest. I think there's like 3 in the Midwest at least.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we really saw a need for something local for people to drive to. And we actually ended up having people coming over from Belgium and England and all over the place.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Carl was your keynote speaker from the
Carl Smith.
UK, Carl
Yep.
Smith. So
Yep.
that's,
Absolutely.
yeah,
And
really, really great. Yeah. Well, I will definitely be, well, you know, if I'm accepted,
yeah.
um, I
We'll
will
see.
be
We'll see.
applying. I'll be submitting my application to speak at the conference next year. Actually, part of it is, my mom just moved into assisted living, and she's in the Seattle area now. So I figure, I can definitely parlay that into a business trip
Definitely.
and go and kind of kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Look forward to having you up here. I'm,
Yeah.
I'm, I'll put in the good word for you. I'm sure we have a spot for you.
I appreciate that. Just make sure they know that I'm, a really good speaker and
Exactly. Exactly. She's spoken a couple of times before, so probably going to be okay. So, hey, we have got such a cool title today. I'm excited. The subject is My Cat's Secret. It's not Velvet's secret, is it?
Oh, it just may be. He may join us. Sometimes he actually comes into the studio and sits right behind me. He's not up here right now, but if he does, then you'll know he's here because the pillow will come out and make room for him.
Perfect. So the subject today is My Cat's Secret, the art of subconscious manifestation.
Yeah.
Now, as hypnotists, we've seen the amazing power of the subconscious mind every single day, right? It's incredible. And today we have a very special topic. Victoria?
Yeah. So, it's really interesting. Over the last few years, I've just had this idea in my mind because, as you know, I'm a cat fanatic. As
No,
most
what?
people know.
No.
And so I study them. I look at them. I wondered if it was just me. But I realized that, cats are very magnetic. And so I started like really studying the different, the connection between the behavior that cats display naturally and the behaviors that are needed for getting into the subconscious mind and manifesting. And so I kind of like started, meditating on this. Velvet would come to join me on my meditations. And let's just say, maybe he whispered a few ideas into my ear in a matter of speaking. And we ended up kind of writing a whole book about.
Whoa, look at that, everybody. Can you hold it up even closer so we can really get a good look? Look at
Yeah.
that. It's so adorable. What an adorable cover. That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Now who's that person and who's that cat?
Yeah, so that is that's me, and
Right,
that's my cat Velvet. And
right.
this I actually created this sort of randomly on Midjourney. I created that, and then I gave it to my designer and I said, "Hey, I want you to incorporate this into," because it obviously didn't come come out this polished, but this was sort of my little design, and it just turned out, to be so cute. And so definitely do judge a book by its cover, because this is this is definitely worth a read. But yeah, so it is me and my beloved Velvet, who is just a master at manifesting. I mean, the cat gets everything that he ever asks for. He really does. He just seems to know all that it takes. And so I started, really diving in and kind of figuring out, like, what are some of those secrets, that make those cats, most cats, not just Velvet, but most cats are very magnetic. And I see a major connection between these two topics.
Wow. As far as the book cover goes, what I always think about a book cover is, would this book cover make me stop in the airport, store and look at it, right? And that definitely would work. That would definitely get my attention. Yeah.
I have really, I don't know, ever since the book cover, it really brought everything to life. I mean, I've been writing the book, and the book is hilarious. It's actually pretty hilarious. Because it's written from a cat's point of view. It's completely 100% like Velvet is the author. Like, I
Right.
introduced that he is the author at the very beginning, and then he comes in and he takes the, he takes over the writing. And so it's completely like he wrote the book. And so it's hilarious because there's things that he wouldn't necessarily have the right names for.
Okay.
So he just describes them in the most hilarious ways.
Sounds super cute. Now, am I right? Did you crank that thing out pretty quickly, didn't you?
I did. It probably, it was one of those things. So
I mean,
uh,
Velvet did.
he did.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. It's one of those things where I have my schedule of the
Mhm.
things that I want to get done, this year. Like, I want to get the app, the app is so close to launching. The app, Believe, is like, I'm pretty, I want to have this thing by Hypno Thoughts. Okay. So, and
Nice.
that's not too far away. And I
Yeah.
really just laid down the law the other day. I'm like, look, I don't care what it takes. We're getting this thing done by July 1st. And so we're looking to be on track for that. We're definitely looking to be on track for that. So anyway, I have like a whole laundry list of things that I'm working on a free manifestation course right now, working on my big manifestation course that might come with a certification. And I have 3 books in me, and they all like kind of had a different, they had an order in which, and I was working on my course, but I kept getting distracted. Like, I kept like getting these ideas for the book, and thinking I had to stay disciplined and just only work on my course and finish that, and then I could work on my book. But then I just let it go, and it was like a pipeline exploded.
Hmm.
I just couldn't stop, and it just came out. And I will admit that I did have a little bit of AI help, because, writing a book, this is the first time I've ever written a book like from a different point of view. So to try to, like, all the ideas in the book obviously are, generated from me, but, to flip it into
Right. Cat perspective.
cat perspective, that took a little bit of, deeper imagination. And so I definitely, got a lot done a little bit more quickly, by using some AI. So, I would say the book probably took me, all told, 2 months, to completely write, where like Practical Law of Attraction took me 9 months. So just to put it into perspective.
Yeah. How cool. How cool. Hey, by the way, if you're out there, if you're not already in the group, Victoria has just started a Facebook group for the Believe app. So go check that out. I was excited to see that. I thought, wow, was the launch? The launch must be close. The launch must be close.
Yeah. I'm acting as if I'm just like
Yeah,
totally
good.
just moving forward. And it really seems to be working. Like I've just let go of my attitude about, all the, shitstorm and all of that. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, I like none of that's helping. So I am acting as if, and I am manifesting this to happen in July, and it's going to. It's like I even have a couple app testers, that are some of my clients that have the app. They actually are in it right now and testing it. There's some embarrassing little flaws, things that like
Mhm.
I know aren't working right. And I have to tell everybody, it's like, no, this doesn't work right. This doesn't work right. You know what I mean? Like, don't expect, but anyway, yeah. So definitely, go and join the Believe Hypnosis. It's Believe Hypnosis. And that's I got Believe Hypnosis for everything. The only thing I don't have is the .com. And the guy that owns the .com, I have not been able to find him anywhere. Like he's not even using
Wow.
it. He's using it to forward to some domain, relaxupstate.com. And he's not you can just tell he's not even in business. Like you can't reach him.
He's
Like
probably
if I was
dead.
going to
Probably
try
dead.
if I was going to try to do business with them, you can't. Like so it's like it's maddening because that
Right.
I tried to buy the
Right.
domain and you can't even reach the guy. So I will own that
Oh,
domain one day.
you will. You
I
will.
will. But I have
Uh,
everything else. I've got the Instagram, I've
good
got
deal.
the YouTube, I've got the Facebook, got the group,
Oh,
I've
that's
got
awesome.
everything. Yeah.
It's
Believe
tough,
hypnosis.
what? Like, it's tough when, because for me, like some of my stuff I've got damnimepretty.com,
Yeah.
and I've got Damn I'm Pretty for a lot of stuff, but somebody on Facebook chose that as their page name. Like,
Oh,
and they're not even using it. Like,
yeah.
same thing. They have not posted in 5 years.
Yeah.
It's just
Maddening.
it
Maddening.
is. It is. Now I have a serious question for you.
Yes,
Serious question. Couple of them related. You've got 3 cats, right?
I do. Yeah.
So, I mean, so Velvet obviously with this is going to become a huge superstar.
He is.
Do you foresee any jealousy?
Yes. Already Sebastian. So we have like little personalities and voices for all of our cats. And so last night, Sebastian totally read me the riot act. He's like,
Oh.
oh yeah. He's like, Mom, what is this? Why have you decided, I'm a super smart cat. I have all kinds of years of experience and wisdom. Why don't we write a book together too? That's Sebastian.
Brilliant. You got to do that on like a
It's
TikTok.
like
You got to show.
he sounds like a smoker, but he's never
He
smoked a
does.
cigarette in his life.
Smoked. He just got that kind of gravelly voice just by
Yeah,
nature.
he's just a tough guy.
Now, Victoria, would you say that see, we're talking about, your cat's secret, the art of
Yeah.
subconscious manifestation.
Yes.
Now, have the cat's behaviors influenced your understanding of manifestation and the subconscious mind?
100%. Yeah, 100%.
I got to hear this. I got to
Yeah.
hear. I got to find out why.
Okay. Well, so first of all, let's finish. So we've got Velvet, we've got Sebastian,
Oh, right.
and we've got
Yep.
Emerald. And, each of them have totally provided, different insights into manifestation. One is just how I asked myself, like, what is it that makes cats so magnetic and so
Mm,
alluring and so charming? And I just wanted to give some thought, into like what it is that makes them so irresistible. And, if we could apply the same principles in our own life. And one of the things, and I don't want to give away too much that's in the book, but I'd say one of the biggest things is that cats are always extremely present. They
mm,
live their life in the here and the now. They're not thinking about the past. They
mm.
forgive super easily. Like, I mean, one minute the cats are in some kind of a hissy fit, and the next minute they're totally just like over it. They don't hang on to any of that past stuff. And they're not thinking about the future. They're thinking about right now. They are, like they want their food on time. They know that it's time to be fed right now, but they're not worrying about the future. And so I take that one, is probably one of the biggest things that I first noticed is just how being present, when you're present as a human, with somebody else, that comes across. When you're with somebody and you're um really focused on being right here, right now with that person. And you're not all over the place. You're not thinking about what's happening next. You're just with them. You're not judging them. You're not doing any of that. And so yeah, that was one of the biggest things that I've learned in my own life is to just let go of the past and the future and be here and be more present right now. And that truly makes you more magnetic and more available, for opportunities that, you may miss if you're not present.
It's interesting you use the term magnetic, and because I'm thinking about dogs, and I love dogs, but they're not necessarily magnetic, right? They're out there. They're out chasing
They're
it.
a little pushy. They're very
They're a little
chasey.
pushy, right? Whereas the cat is just sitting there, just chilling, and bringing stuff to it, which I think is kind of where you've gone with the law of attraction is like, don't chase so much, kind of set your intention, work, but don't go after it, like a dog, you
Yeah,
know.
they're very, yeah, they can have that tendency to be a little bit more aloof, a little bit more allowing, kind of like, "Oh, I don't really care so much." And it's like when you care so much about, having something come to you, you do kind of have a tendency to chase it away. But if you're just like, you put it out there and you let it go and you just know it's like, hey, I'm a cat, so of course I'm going to get, exactly what I want.
Exactly.
You just expect it. You expect it, but you're not like out there like tracking it down. They're not like pacing the floor like wondering, when am I going to get, this. They're just like, I could take it or leave it. And they're okay with
Right,
that.
right. Can you share some specific techniques or exercises for the people watching,
Yeah,
listening?
absolutely. So I would say, so one of the biggest things is practicing the art of just embracing relaxation.
Mm.
Just you've seen how cats are always just like, they're just relaxed, they're just composed, they're just playing it cool, they're just off in some cozy corner somewhere, just relaxing. So the first technique is really just practicing the art of relaxation, just allowing yourself to take more time to switch your mindset into just like a state of calm. And like you almost want to, like, when I think about teaching people how to incorporate these, like I actually think about like embodying, like imagine you are a cat. Imagine that your life is just as simple, because why does it have to be any more complicated? I mean, sure, you have your human responsibilities, and you have your bills to pay, you have your job to do and things like that. But each moment, can be just an opportunity to prioritize your self-care, your relaxation, be still. You can just take a little moment, little cat naps here and there. When I say a little cat nap, just closing your eyes for a moment and just being still with yourself, being calm, being in the moment, creating that sense of serene calmness within yourself. You don't need a whole lot of time to do that. Just, literally closing your eyes for 30 seconds and just reminding yourself to be here now. The next one is cultivating focus. So I think that cats have a really remarkable ability to really focus on something. Have you ever watched a cat, like how like it's watching its prey, it's watching a
Oh
mouse
yeah.
or it's
Oh
watching a
yeah.
bird? I mean, they are just in
Yeah.
a state of
No distracting them.
extreme,
Yeah.
nothing's distracting them.
Right.
And so I think that if we could incorporate and, little moments of just, like Pomodoros, for example, are a really, really great technique for having those short bursts of focus where there's no distraction whatsoever. And you have the laser-like focus of a cat during that moment where you're doing absolutely nothing else. Nothing else can disturb you. I mean, I've even gone and I've tried to tap on, my cat's back or head or whatever while it's looking out the window at a bird or a bunny or
Mhm.
whatever's, even a bug, and it's like nothing is going to get it, distract them. So put yourself into that high state of focus when, for even, 25 minutes a day, an hour a day, and you will get so much more accomplished in that little state of focus than most people get done all day. And then the third thing that I suggest is expressing your authenticity. So cats,
Mm.
think about it. Like cats are real. They keep it real. They're not fake. Um, they don't care about what other people think about them. They express their true nature. And so that's just another technique is to embrace your authentic self. Be true to your desires. Whatever it is that, you're thinking that you want, own that. Know that like it's okay for you to have this, that, whatever it is that you're going for, it's aligning with who you really are. Like you're only coming up with this thing that you want, this desire, whether it's a house or create your own business or, to marry this person or write a book or whatever it is, you want to embrace that. You know what? You want to align with your authentic true self. Don't try to shut down parts of yourself that because of maybe what other people think. Allow yourself to align with your authentic self. And that's exactly what cats do, right? They they align with their authentic self. They're not out to impress anybody. They're not out to please anybody. No, it's like you please me.
Right, exactly. Um, do you have any, I think it's an interesting topic. Do you have any kind of personal experiences or anecdotes, where these techniques have been effective with
Well,
yourself or clients?
yeah. So far I haven't really used them too much with clients, but I would
Mhm,
say definitely on myself.
mhm,
I've just found that, you know, um when for example, like when I manifested this house, I was very, very present to the opportunity that was, that was in front of me. And rather than so again, it's all that being present was the thing that really helped me to pretty much to manifest everything. If you really think about almost everything, it's because of the fact that I was in touch with an opportunity that was being presented to me at a time, and really open to that idea and really just kind of allowing that idea rather than looking at a situation about what's wrong with it, because I could have taken what was wrong with that situation. What was wrong with that situation was we were getting kicked out of our house. We were getting kicked out of our house, and I could have been like, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And so instead of dwelling on that and staying stuck on that, I decided to turn that into an opportunity to go out and say, well, let's just see what we can, let's just see what we can do as far as finding the house of our dreams. Maybe it's time, and, rather than worrying about things that, might go wrong with it, I just allowed, we just allowed ourselves to be present, to find the opportunities that, otherwise might be missed by, by being focused on the past, or worrying about what's going to happen in the future.
Boy, I think that's a tough one for a lot of us. And I think, what is it said that if you have anxiety, you're living in the future, and
Mhm.
if you have depression, you're living in the past, or something like this. And so, can you share a technique that might help people to shift into that being present and in the moment?
Yeah, I think one of the best ways to shift into this moment is through breathing. Breathing and meditation. And when I say breathing, I mean literally just, closing your eyes and feeling and all, all the sensations that breath is having in your body. Not necessarily to focus on, counting your breathing or forcing a particular style of breathing, but to literally just the breathing, becoming aware of the breathing that is actually taking place right now. And and noticing how it changes. It will change, and noticing the temperature of the breathing, noticing the pace of the breathing, noticing where you notice your breathing. Do you notice it more in your nostril area? Do you notice it more in your chest? Do you notice it more in your belly? And when you just become aware of what are the sensations that breathing is giving to you, that you can't not be present. You automatically are able to shift into the gift of this moment, the gift of your breath. I mean, breath is life. Breath is everything. We wouldn't, we rarely ever think about our breathing, but it is one of the most important things that we actually do. And it's one of the things that actually changes when we do feel, either peaceful or anxious, or, in a state of fear. I mean, your breathing increases when you're more anxious, and your breathing decreases, the rate and the depth and, all of that, when you're, depending on what state you're in. When you're in a state of sleep, your breathing changes. So it's, it's constantly oxygenating your body and keeping you alive. And so, really just taking that time to just think about your breathing, that'll always be the key to bringing you here, right now. And it's cats don't necessarily think about their breathing, obviously. They're not thinking about that, but they're also they don't necessarily need to, because they are right here, right now. They're thinking about exactly what is in front of them. And so if you can also incorporate just another way to get present besides breathing, that's a little bit more like a cat, is to have that awareness, to have that ultra awareness of like, well, what is going on in my immediate surroundings? What is going on right in front of me, and what's going on to the left of me, to the right of me, and just having like a little bit more of an expanded awareness. And when you expand your awareness and focus on how many things can I be aware of that are happening right now? Can I be aware of the sounds in the room? Can I be aware of, how many things can I see at the same time? How many, that's going to bring you into ultimate awareness. And, so that's one of the things you can learn from cats is, how to stay focused and present in the moment. And that just ultimately is where everything is. It's all about right here, right now.
Victoria, this whole breathing thing sounds too damn easy. That can't possibly work. If you're out there thinking that, I will tell you, it's so true, guys. Give it a try. It sounds too easy. When I first heard about this, this just focusing on the breath, I thought, what's that going to do? But then you do it, and when you're in traffic and people are cutting you off and all that stuff, and you do it, it really truly works. Please try it. Don't dismiss it because it sounds too easy. Some of the best things in life are easy.
Yeah. And
I'm
I've
not
got a
gonna take
ton of like little exercises and things like that throughout the book. We have like this whole cat's take on, how, the Velvet's stories about how he started practicing and learning about the law of attraction. And
cute.
yeah, I'm just trying to, we talk about courage, as one of the traits of a cat, magnetism, how to set your own healthy boundaries. That was
Ooh,
definitely one of the things that I
cats do have boundaries, don't
they
they?
definitely do. Surrounding yourself with positive influences, positive energy, mindfulness, of course. And yeah, it's, so it's an amazing little book, and it's in a fun little way, and there's a lot of like little exercises and techniques that are definitely going to help you to unlock the law of attraction and enhance your own magnetic power.
Speaking of boundaries and cats, one of the
Yeah.
things that most cats don't like is when you rub their belly
Most
and you
cats.
touch it. But I taught mine from the very
Yes.
beginning, because there's nothing like a good belly rub on a kitty cat. I taught them from the very beginning to allow it. I don't know if they like it, but they allow it. But they actually now they'll, they'll oftentimes actually flop over and like breakfast will like move her legs so that I can do it. And I'm trying to get them now to be like, if I say belly, belly, and they'll actually then roll over and show me their belly. It's so cute. I love it. I love it.
Emerald is definitely the belly rub lover of the bunch. Velvet also loves his belly rubbed. He comes and lays, right next to me, like with his belly open so I can like rub his belly. Yeah.
It's the best.
Oh, it really is. Now, Sebastian, he's definitely not as much, but I've been teaching him to appreciate the belly rub
Right.
a little bit more. But he has his limits. Like he's just he really has his limits.
And I do love rubbing a dog's belly, but they're too easy. They just flop right over. It's a cat. When you can rub a cat's belly, that's something.
It is. It definitely is. It's like, I don't know, it's like if it's too easy, with the dogs kind of make it too easy. With the cats, it's kind of
Right.
like, ooh, getting to rub your
Yep.
belly. It's almost like, you're entering a little bit of a, danger zone. It's like, how long can I do this? How long will they let me do
Exactly.
this?
Before those claws are coming.
Right.
Victoria, so as we come to the close of the episode, what is one? Could you just kind of sum it up with one big takeaway for everybody listening right now?
Absolutely. Well, I would say the biggest thing is, to always trust in your authentic self, your ability to manifest your desires, your dreams. You wouldn't have your desires and your dreams if you did not have the ability to bring them into fruition. And it's through your subconscious mind that you will be able to get the information, to be able to bring out your desires, through the two-way communication with your subconscious mind, through receiving insights, but also through programming into it the very thing that you want to manifest. And how this all just kind of comes together is, as the more you embrace these qualities of cats, like focus, intuition, alignment, you are going to be able to have more access to programming your subconscious mind. You are going to be more present. You're going to be more aware of opportunities that are always there, always all around you, and be able to, tap into your full potential. So that sort of wraps it up.
Awesome. And of course, is the book available right now?
Oh yeah, so we are launching Monday. Now you guys that are listening right now, you're listening like in late August or early September, somewhere around there. So the book will have already been out for a couple of months. But yeah, so by then, hopefully there's, tons and tons of reviews, 5-star reviews. But, for those of you who haven't even heard about it yet, then go get yourself a copy of My Cat's Secret to Manifesting, Unlocking the Law of Attraction with Your Magnetic Power. Available on Amazon starting Monday, June 12th.
Everything on that cover is just spot on. I love the font. I love the pictures. I mean, everything is just spot on. It's just perfect.
Thank you so much.
Really.
Thank you. Yeah, I love it too. I absolutely do. And I'm so glad to have it validated. And I'm really, really looking forward to hearing what people think about this book and how it helps people. And there's even going to be some extra special bonus meditations that are totally free, that people can go and have, take some of these ideas and actually start working on, getting themselves into a meditative state, becoming more present, becoming more cat-like, and letting go and having fun.
Awesome. Thanks, Victoria.
Thank you, Jim. And thank you, listeners, for listening to the Power of Your Mind podcast. Hope you found it informative and inspiring. Please do share this podcast with your friends, with your family. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review, and tune in next week for another inspiring episode. Until then, keep using the power of your mind to reach your goals and live your best life of abundance and joy. Bye now.